All right, we are live here with Coach Pickett after disappointing loss.
Yeah.
Given the way you guys started this game, 49-42 to Dexter. You guys wanted to avenge that early season loss. How'd you feel about the way you guys played here today?
Man, I thought we played with a ton of energy. I loved our crowd. I loved the atmosphere out here, and I loved all of that. And just too bad we couldn't pull it out at the end. So,
before we get to the fourth quarter, you guys are unstoppable in the first quarter. Offensively, gave up very little. How do you feel about the way you guys started?
I thought, we really moved the ball and we found the guys that it's something that we've been working at a ton. And as I said before the game, our offense is morphing as we're getting, we're adding little pieces to it, and then I get to see it in games, and that's really nice to see. And again, starting in November and getting where we're at, it's pretty impressive to be able to just, pretty much in a game like tonight where they know what we were doing in some ways, to be able to run our set, run this base offense and just, get looks that we were getting.
They chipped away at the lead a little bit in the second and the third. Your offense wasn't scoring the way you were, but the way your defense was playing, you guys were still pretty much holding them down. It looked like you had the game under control. I don't know what happened in the fourth. I'm not a basketball guy.
Yeah.
Every play could be or couldn't be a foul to me. But what happened? Where I don't know what the fouls were, 13-3 or something like that in the fourth quarter, and I didn't see any fouls throughout that game.
Yeah.
I don't want to get you to criticize the officials.
It's not that, but they had a concerted effort to try to, get to the rim and get to the free throw line. And, when you have three refs sometimes and talking to one, they say they'll look for it, but then the next guy makes a different call, so then you talk to him and then they'll look for it. By that point, the momentum starts to shift and it starts to slow down a little bit. I thought we just kind of slogged down a little bit in the fourth quarter. It wasn't so much, the fouls. It was just that we didn't run our things the way I thought maybe we should be running them. Again, that's on me. Again, I got to get us making sure that we're doing the things we need to be doing, throughout the game. But again, our guys played their tails off, and so it's got nothing to do with anything that they did. That's on me.
It was a strange game officiating-wise. I think just about everybody in the gym kind of felt like. I remember Noah's free throws, and he gets stopped for about 5 minutes to clean off something off his shirt. I don't know if it was blood or something. But to be able to come up and still make that 2 for 2, that's a pretty good free throw there.
Yeah. Again, I throw all kinds of things at these guys in practices, to throw them off rhythms, to have them get going, those type of things. So I don't, Noah's I say he's an elite shooter, so he's going to be fine. He can probably hit those with his eyes shut.
Chris Katuna, just kind of an individual highlight in that game. That dunk, while he's that wasn't like an uncontested breakaway dunk. He did that with somebody in his face. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Early in the year, he would a couple times he shied up a little bit, and we talked about that. And thank you. And we talk about that, and I always tell him to go up with serious intentions, and then whatever happens. You missed a dunk, they foul you, you dunk on somebody, but just continue those intentions to when you go up, and he did that. So he's doing that. He's done it over the last 6 or 7 games. He's phenomenally, and it brings us a ton of energy when it happens. You
guys kind of a little bit of a slump here in the SEC, is it? Is it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Is it 2 out of 3 out of 4? Or
something like that. Yeah.
But how do you feel about the way you're playing, and especially as you get towards the end of the season here?
Like I said to these guys, after the game, the way districts are, we're going to see all these teams again. And so we know that we can play with anybody. We've beaten some of them, we've lost to some, but the games have been different each time. So that's part of the SEC. You get into these slog fests, and you just got to make some plays. You got to make a couple of plays, and they make. Dexter's a solid team. Don't take anything away from them. And we knew that coming in. It wasn't like we were overlooking or anything. And I just think, again, like I said to our guys, we'll see them again. We see all these guys again.
Last question.
Yeah.
Trevor Arico is here.
Yeah.
Came by to see you. What's it like seeing Trevor again? He was a Saline basketball legend.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. To see guys, guys that have reached out to me on text since I've been back, and for him to come out, and be here to support. And he said, hey, I got to go catch a game and see Coach out there. I coached him when he was, I coached him his first year in high school on JV, and we had a great time together in summer league and all that kind of good stuff. And then I got to coach him again, throughout as a varsity assistant. So awesome that he's able to come out, and all the other guys that have come out, over time, that, alumni that come out or reach out. They reach out after game. They're watching on the network, or they're following along on your Twitter, and and they reach out after games. It's fantastic. So
awesome, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.